Hi everyone, Ben Anthony Mango here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Mastodon record, Once More Round the Sun, a brand new record from famed progressive sludge metal outfit Mastodon. You might have heard their name, you might have heard their music. Maybe you've heard that these guys have a super heavy, super impressive back catalog of complicated yet accessible metal albums. Throughout the 2000s, Mastodon was dropping genre-defining, decade-defining stuff, no matter what you think of Blood Mountain. However, they made one of the most notable musical shifts of their career in 2011 with the record The Hunter. They made a move toward the accessible with this record. They toned down their menacing heaviness, they harped on some more melodic, clean-voiced choruses, and started to dish out some of the most straightforward riffage of their career. And Mastodon was not alone in this shift. There were other sludge metal outfits like Baroness and Torch that around this same time were also coming out with the most accessible albums of their career. So these guys are not the first sludge metal outfit to go pop, but I think they surpassed pretty much everybody in that regard with The Hunter, to the point where I think the band kind of lost a bit of their grit and lost me for a second. Because the move Mastodon made on this record, it's not usually something a band just comes back from, at least in the span of a few years anyway. However, I was moderately surprised, moderately pleased when Mastodon dropped the first single from this record, High Road. It didn't blow me away, but I was finally feeling a bit more positive toward this catchier side of Mastodon. Maybe this track didn't feature their most crushing riff ever, but it did have a winning chorus. And I was actually surprised to hear that a lot of the deeper cuts on this thing hold up too. The band manages to stay catchy, straightforward, but still incorporate some progressive, complex interplay and performances. Mastodon is definitely getting better at crafting more straightforward material that's actually interesting. Although it may not seem like that from the start of the record. Tracks like The Opener and High Road, though these are good tracks, I do think they kind of leave Once More Round the Sun with kind of a mild beginning. The song The Mother Lode, absolutely my least favorite track on this entire LP. It's like I'm hearing the worst of alternative rock and nu metal from the 2000s all crashing together at once on this song. The arena rock vibes are pretty strong with the title track on this thing. Once More Round the Sun, and features my least favorite vocal performance of the entire record as well. I'm also pretty disappointed by the abrupt finish of this track. It feels like it could have gone so much longer, but there are some really impressive drum fills on this thing, a psychedelic, colorful guitar interlude, some really expansive riffs, and a pretty epic chorus. And after this track, it's like all my disappointment with this record just melts away because the band hits a fantastic stride from the track Chimes at Night to Ember City, just nearly to the end of the album. The only major misstep in between these tracks is the coat hangers chanted chorus on the song Aunt Lisa, which is pretty ridiculous. Hey, ho, let's get up and go and rock and roll. It's like listening to a chant the Ramones wrote in a nightmare. But again, all the tracks in between these two songs, great. Feast Your Eyes, total barn burner with some really melodic, colorful guitar leads. Chimes at Night, I love the thunderous and speedy riffs on this track, just the groove of this song. I love it. The pace of this track, it freaking rocks! I love the slow melodic outro of this track too. It's a really multifaceted song. I love Asleep in the Deep, one of the moodier tracks on the entire record. Really dreary guitar leads on this thing, but some intense drumming and drum fills throughout much of the track. Fantastic solo at the end of this song too. And Ember City, I think, is the best of the catchier songs that these guys have been writing. The clean-voiced chorus on this thing is just absolutely soaring. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. The lyrics are a little melodramatic, but I think this song is a show of Mastodon perfecting their catchier songcraft. The intro to the song Halloween has maybe a little bit more of a hard rock, glam rock vibe than I would like, but deeper into the track there are some guitar passages and riffs that I enjoy much more, and the closer is the longest and most ambitious song on this entire record, and while it's not maybe the most climactic thing in the world, I do think it works as a finish. I'm not saying this album is great, not saying I love it, I think it's pretty good. I think right now after this record I have a bit more faith in Mastodon going down this road if the results are going to be this high quality, if we're going to get tracks that are as catchy and as blissful and as exciting as Ember City. They made their singles, they made their more straightforward tracks, and then they worked on making some more complex deep cuts, and the final result was a more well-balanced album. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this LP. Transition, if you've given this record a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? Subscribe for justice. Mastodon, once more round the sun, forever.